Good morning, students. Today we are here to discuss chapter truthfulness, to revise chapter truthfulness. So, students, hope you all will enjoy learning today and hope your day goes well today. So, let's start discussion of this chapter, that is truthfulness. Now we have already learned what truthfulness is. Truthfulness is the attribute of being honest. It is an attribute of being honest, of telling truth. Okay, and we have read that we should be truthful. We should never lie to anyone. We should always speak truth to everyone in all the situations. Okay, then only we can progress and have success in our life. Now, let's see uh, once what truthfulness is. Now, here it is written, truthfulness is the foundation of all the virtues of the world, of humanity. Without truthfulness, progress and success in all the worlds of God are impossible for a soul. When this holy attribute is established in man, all the divine qualities will also become realized. Now it is saying that truthfulness is the foundation, it is an underlying basis, or it is a principle of all the good things of the world, which a human being needs within himself. Okay, so without truthfulness we cannot progress and we cannot achieve success in our world, in our life. It is impossible. Okay, for a soul which is created by God, we need to be truthful to each and everyone. When this holy attribute, now attribute is a quality or character, when this pure and divine quality comes in us, comes within us, we when we just take this good attribute or good quality within us, what happens is, all the divine, all other qualities, all other good qualities automatically come within us. Okay, we we become a good person. Now, students, we have already discussed this chapter truthfulness. Let's revise it. Now, in this chapter, it was said that with truthfulness we can progress and have success in life. When this holy attribute is established in man, all the other qualities will also become realized. Just now, we have read the same. Okay, when we become truthful, we can achieve success and progress. When this holy or divine attribute, when this pure attribute or quality is established within us, what happens is other good qualities automatically comes within us. Okay, we automatically become a good person. Now, students, we have read one story regarding truthfulness, one story which tells us the moral, or which gives us the moral that we should always follow the path of truthfulness, and it was the story of the truthful King Solomon. Now, in the story, we saw that King Solomon, there was a king whose name was Solomon, and he was a truthful man. One day Solomon was happened to be carrying a large basket when a man came running to him. Now see, this is King Solomon. He was carrying a large basket in his hand, and then suddenly a man came running towards him, and he said the man said him to protect him. Okay, he asked for the protection. He said that an enemy is after his life, so he asked King Solomon to protect him. So King Solomon was carrying a big basket in his hand, so he said that, quick, get into this basket. Now that basket was so large that a man could fit in it. So King Solomon asked that man to sit in that basket. Then what happened? Then Solomon put the basket on his head, and soon man's enemy, who was chasing man to kill him, he came towards King Solomon and asked him whether he has seen any man pass by this place. So King Solomon was a truthful man, so he said that yes, I have seen that man, and he is in the basket on my head. So he said the truth, but the enemies thought that this man must be kidding, this man must be joking, because if someone wants to protect that person, why will he or she say that he is on with me, I know his address, or how can anyone carry a man in a basket on his head? So that enemy thought that this King Solomon is joking. So he told King Solomon that, come on, man, this is not a time for joking. So King Solomon said that I have already told you the truth. Now it's up to you whether you believe it or not. But then also, enemy did not believe King Solomon, and he started chasing that man again. He resumed his chase. Okay, he resumed his chase. Resumed means to begin again. He again started chasing the man, thinking that the man must have gone forward in other direction. So he started chasing the man again. Now after the enemy has went away from there, King Solomon asked that person to come out of the basket. He put the basket down and he asked that man to come out. Now, when that man came out, he said, "O Solomon, I almost died of fear. Why did you tell him that I was in the basket on your head?" Now that man was little bit disappointed, because he thought that King Solomon, first of all, he promised him to protect him. But now he was telling his enemy the truth, that he is on in the basket on my head. So he thought that, he asked King Solomon what this behavior is. So King Solomon said that deliverance is in truthfulness. Had I told him differently, he would not have believed me and would have probably killed both of us. Now King Solomon replied that if I would have not told him the truth, he would have thought that he would have surely checked the basket. He would have surely thought that I am trying to protect you, and if he would have checked the basket, he would have killed both of us. So it was good to tell him the truth, and he thought that I was joking. So this way, King Solomon, by telling the truth, protected that man. Okay, saved that man's life. So we come to know, we get the moral from this story, that truthfulness is a great virtue. We should always speak truth to our parents, to our teachers, to our friends, to our classmates, and to everyone. We should never lie to anyone. Okay, now students, let's discuss one situation. Now there is one situation, or it is given to you that these things have happen to be, and there is one a small story or a situation has been given to you, and one question has been asked regarded to that situation. Let's see what the situation is. Bobby was reading a comic. Now there was a boy named Bobby who was reading a comic. His friend Golu snatched his comic and threw it away. What should Bobby do? Now, one situation has been given to you, one condition has been given to you, that there was a boy named Bobby who was reading a comic generally. Okay, now his friend Golu came and snatched his comic and threw it away. Now, what should Bobby do? Now, you have to tell that what should Bobby do in that situation. Okay, let's see. Your answer will be Bobby should forgive Golu and then try to understand why he acted this way. Now, Bobby should forgive Golu. Okay, just now we have read about truthfulness, and we have also read one lesson about mm, um, about forgiveness. Okay, and so from that lesson, forgiveness, we learned that we should always forgive each other so that others also feel happy, loved and hopeful. In the same way, if Golu has snatched Bobby's comic and he threw it away, Bobby should forgive Golu, and then he should try to understand why he acted this way, because no one wants to be a bad person. Everyone wants to be a good person, but there are some situations in which they are forced, or they automatically behave badly. So we should first try to understand why they have acted this way, and then we should make them understand that the work which they have done was wrong, it was bad, and that they should correct themselves. We should help them correct themselves. Okay, now let's see second situation. It says you are playing ball with your friend in his house, and suddenly the ball hits a photo frame that was hanging on the wall. The frame falls down and breaks. Your friend's mother is very upset. She runs to the room and asks angrily, "Who broke the frame?" You will answer. Now, there is one situation given in which you are playing ball with your friend in his house. Okay, and what happens suddenly is the ball hits the photo frame, and the photo frame which was hanging on the wall, it falls down and it breaks. Now, your friend's mother was very upset. She became very sad, and she came running to the room and asked angrily, "Who broke the frame?" What will be your answer? um, you can write, "I will admit my mistake and ask my friend's mother to forgive me." That we all should admit our mistake. When we commit mistake, we should never be shy to admit it. We should always admit our mistake, and we should always be ready to learn from our mistakes. If by mistake we have committed something wrong, we should always be ready to learn from it, and we should always be ready to uh, ask ready to ask for forgiveness, because each and everyone love us. Okay, they when they will understand that we have done it by a mistake, we have committed something wrong by mistake, then they will forgive us, they will explain us what we have done wrong. And we should always admit our mistake and ask for forgiveness. So in this situation, I will admit my mistake and ask my friend's mother to forgive me, because I have done something wrong. Now, students, let's discuss some questions. Who said to whom? Now, question number one. Quick, get into this basket. Now, who said these words and to whom? Now, King Solomon said this to man. When a man came running to King Solomon and asked him to save his life, King Solomon said to that man to quickly get into his basket, and then he put that basket on his head. And these words were said by King Solomon, and to whom? To a man who asked him for help. Now, question number two. I will never talk to you again. Now, these words were said by Archana to Ruchi. Okay, Archana said to Ruchi. Now, when Archana took her doll to Ruchi's house and showed her how beautiful her doll is, Ruchi got upset, and she um, breaks the doll of Archana and throw it on the floor. That is why Archana became very sad, and she said that she will never talk to Ruchi again. So Archana said to Ruchi. Now, Question number 3. Ruchi must be upset. She does not have a doll like yours. Now, these words were said by Archana's mother to Archana. Okay, when Archana came crying home, her mother asked about what has happened. So, when Archana explained everything, Archana's mother uh, tried to explain Archana that Ruchi must be upset because she is not fortunate enough to have doll like yours, so you should forgive Ruchi. So these words were said by Archana's mother to Archana. Now, question number 4. Please protect me. An enemy is after my life. This question is again from chapter Truthfulness. Okay, now these words were said by a man to King Solomon. When King Solomon, one day, when he happened to be carrying a large basket, a man came running to him and asked King Solomon to protect him. Okay, so a man said to King Solomon. Now, question number 5. Have you seen a man pass by here? Now, these words were said by an enemy, and to whom? To King Solomon. When King Solomon put that man into his basket and then again put that basket on his head, and when enemy came chasing that man, and he asked King Solomon that have you seen a man pass by here? So these words were said by an enemy to King Solomon. Now, hope students, today you have revised chapter Truthfulness very nicely. Today we have also discussed some situations which tell us about how we should behave in different situations, what good attributes we should have within ourselves. And today we have also discussed one question about who said to whom. It was great pleasure learning. Hope you all will not face any difficulty in your examination. All the best for your examination. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.